Hi there, I am taking you on a shopping trip to the Goodwill on Royerstown Road here in Lancaster. If you are a longtime subscriber of my channel, in which I hope you are, I have been, I started going here and then I stopped going and then I go here periodically. And the front case is my favorite part of this store because they usually have really good hidden gems in there. Unfortunately, today there really wasn't anything that caught my eye. And this store, compared to the big Goodwill over on Route 30, is very sparse. The shelves are not as packed, which is a nice change. This is kind of a middle of the road. I have my favorite Goodwill, we have this Goodwill, and then we have the very busy Route 31. I was looking for bunnies because I have a whatnot sale tomorrow, Tuesday, that is bunny themed. Bunny, and now it's going to be something else that I pick up here, but it's kind of spring, so it goes with it. I did not find any bunnies, and I have been looking for bunnies in general, and they're kind of hard to come by. They're all hiding from me. This is kind of a mishmash area. They used to sort by color, and then some stores sort by items. This one just kind of, everything gets together. Here was a trio of perfume bottles for $7. Two looked the same. The one I'm holding was some satin glass or frosted glass. The stoppers looked to be in good shape, but they were more contemporary with that barcode. They weren't antique or anything. They would be pretty. That one had a chip on it, and I think the chip is what deterred me from buying them. If all three of them were in good shape, I probably would have bought them. Nice little pickup, very pretty, but decided against it. I was seeing if this was vintage, and I felt it was not. It had to, not like vintage, I'm thinking like 60s. I always like to pick up turtles, but that turtle wasn't really speaking to me. This is the back of the store. Well, it's the side of the store. They always have little figurines in there, so you have to kind of look. It's kind of like a treasure hunt whenever you come to our Goodwills. Here is what I was talking about earlier. These are a bag of Yankee candle votive holders. There is one shade that was cracked, and this one was made in West Germany. It has a bird on it, and then there was one glass one, but everybody else is Yankee candle. So those will be for sale on my whatnot sale tomorrow, Tuesday. I'll put the date up here on the screen for you. And I thought they were very springy oriented, and they could kind of go with the rabbit Easter theme that I have. And I thought that was a great deal. All of those for $5, and only one had a teeny little chip. And of course, that one will be starting for less money than the others. I thought that these were nice. Oh, and there's another glass one. That one there is kind of a generic Thanksgiving one. And then I was looking at this swan. Looks like you could put napkins or something in there. And then here is a hobbyist jug for $3. Very pretty. And this kind of reminded me of a lemon, but I think that was also a hobbyist piece as well. This Goodwill likes to bundle things, which is always nice. So I like to flip through the bundles and see what's in there. Here, down here on this bottom shelf, you can see that they bundled a whole bunch of bells. I was looking to see if any Fenton bells got stuck in there. I saw south of the border, which was funny because Jenny, Kate, and I just had returned from south of the border, and that kind of brought back some memories of our trip. It was very fun. And then here's another bag of bells. There's a bride and groom bell and an angel. Finding bells that people really want is kind of hard to come by in the thrift stores. If they were Fenton or glass or fancy or kitschy, I definitely probably would have picked them up. And then I'm looking to see what's in this bag. It was clear glass bells, I believe. And then I found a pointer. I used to have one of those when I taught. Now we have this silver piece. The one leg had unfortunately broken off from it. And then over here, I found this really sweet little teapot. I like the swirl. Doesn't that kind of remind you of the art that people put in coffee when they make you fancy cups of coffee? Look like a little latte on the side there. And then over here was another little pitcher. The mid-century modern look to it. And then I found this. At first I thought it was glass, but it was not. It was ceramic or pottery. And then here's another little vase that was unusual. I didn't quite get what the shape was. And then over here I found a Longenberger basket, and I thought, well, this is cute. Whoops. And then I tried not to drop it, and then I dropped it. Luckily, it was a basket and not glass. They had it priced very, very reasonably, and so I'm going to put that in my Easter themed bunny show because someone might need a basket. And then I'm showing you that I did get all the votive holders. We are over in the arts and craft. Here is somebody that made these little kits. I thought that was nice. I do like to do embroidery, but I don't have a lot of time to do embroidery, so I put it back for somebody else who does. And then back here, I thought that this was Lisa Frank. It was not Lisa Frank. And let's see. Then I caught this, my eye gravitated towards this bag. I thought, what are these? And then I realized that these are lucite grapes that have been taken off of the wood that they had probably been attached to at one time in their life. And I was super excited. And you will see at the end of the video how many are in here. And then I opened up the bag because I really, really wanted to make sure they were what I thought they were. So here is one of the grapes. I'm making sure, whoa, that doesn't fall off the shelf because that would have been a disaster. And then holding it up to the light for you to see that it is purple. And that is indeed what I believe these are. And that whole bag was only $5. And it had one yellow and then the rest are purples. Super excited because I'm going to attach them to a piece of wood and make grapes again. They will be made into grapes. I had recently picked up some lucite grapes from Tommy from Vintage Kitchen, but they don't have the wires in them, and you'd have to drill them to do something with them. These are they just need to be reattached. I'm super excited. And then anything else? Oh, there was a box of rocks for $7. Or you could get them outside for free. Maybe they were special rocks and I don't know rocks and I missed out on a great opportunity, but I feel okay about it. Here was a bag of vintage sewing items. I have picked up sewing items in the past. I usually like to pick up Singer sewing machine parts and pedals and feet for the sewing machine, but that is not what was in there. And then here was a big bag of greeting cards, looking to see if any of them were vintage from the 50s or 60s. They were not. Here's a big bag of pens, but we have plenty of pens at home. Maybe if I was teaching, I probably would have picked up those bags because a whole bag for $2, that's a good deal. And then we're going to make our way slowly over to the left. On the end cap here, there was this neat thing. It's plastic, and then you can shake it, and it was glittery, and it had a stair step to it. It was wild. I kind of liked it, but just liked it enough to play with in the store. It reminds me of something like from Las Vegas. I don't feel like it's really from Egypt. Just a guess. And then I found this really beautiful bowl. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? Very simple. It was signed on the back. I haven't figured out who made it, but it's just a nice, simple bowl. You could probably use it or use it as a display. This was interesting. That was very lightweight. And then on the bottom shelf here, I found, well, I didn't show you, but on a bottom shelf, I found 3 of these Redskin glasses, and I always pick up Redskin items because that team is no longer. And so I messaged Jimmy, and he's like, yeah, that's a great pickup. So we're probably going to hold on to those, but I'm glad I have them. And then here, I felt that this was an Henri, A-N-R-I. It's a carved wood figurine. It was just giving those Henri vibes to me. And when I peeled back the price tag, underneath someone had written a place in Italy, so that kind of sealed the deal for me that this probably was Henri or most likely made in Italy. Very sweet, kind of a folk art piece. And then this thing, I showed this to Jenny when I got home. She's like, what is that? And I was like, I have no idea. But it's very soft and it's made from a pine cone. So I picked up those 2 little guys. They had a whole bunch of these toothpicks with the fancy toothpicks that you get in sandwiches. And then I found this, and this matches a recent little paperweight that I picked up for myself. I'm collecting vintage lucite, and so I'm showing you that I picked up those 3 pieces. This was a Precious Moments child's plate. I was seeing if it was ceramic or plastic. It was plastic. And then over here were some kind of old looking notebooks, but just the one on top looked like it was older. And then here's some card tricks. And then I went back to show you that this is really, really soft. I don't know if it's fur or something. It's very, very soft, and it has paper eyes. It's great. I was looking at this. Jenny had one of these. She was born early and she was in the NICU. She had a Project Linus blanket. These are labeled not for resale, not to be sold. And it was kind of a shame that someone donated that, because I will always keep Jenny's baby blanket from when she was in the NICU. It covered her bassinet, and those are made especially for babies in the hospital. So it's kind of a little bittersweet to see that. I am looking at the baskets to see if there were any really cool. This was nice, but I wasn't sure if where it was made. It wasn't marked. I was looking to see if there were any small baskets that I could include in my Easter Bunny sale, but I didn't find any. This was a handmade one, but it was very, very thin compared to the Longaberger. So I did not get it. I did get these. Here are all the votive holders. Look how many there were in that bag. Aren't they pretty? I think people will like them. And then here's everything else that I picked up on my recent trip to Goodwill. This is a short video today, but sometimes short videos are fun videos as well. I don't know what that means. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell notification. And you can find any information that you're wondering about in the description of each and every video. Take care, and I'll see ya.